Naruto, 10 times Sasuke could have died. As an incredibly talented ninja, Sasuke has taken on some rather overpowering opponents across the narrative. How often has been at death's door? For more than a decade. Naruto was one of the most popular anime and manga series in the world. Part of the reason the series was so successful is because there were a lot of interesting characters who participated in some very engaging and entertaining battles. Naruto may have been the main character, but the argument can be made that he shared that title with his rival and best friend, Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke is an incredibly talented ninja who fights some pretty powerful opponents over the course of the series, and for the most part, he always emerged victorious. All of Sasuke's battles were rough, and there were times when he nearly died, but was just lucky enough to survive. 10. Sasuke protected Naruto by taking all of Haku's needles. Haku was trained by Zabuza, which is why he became an exceptionally skilled shinobi who could have taken on several characters. Haku possessed the ice release, Kekkai Genkai, which gave him access to several techniques, including the demonic mirroring ice crystals technique. Sasuke and Naruto had to deal with these mirrors. And it was during this fight that Sasuke awakened his Sharingan. With the Sharingan activated, Sasuke was able to evade all of Haku's attacks, which prompted the ice user to target Naruto instead. Sasuke used his body to protect Naruto, and it resulted in him being hit by all of Haku's specialized needles. 9. Killer Bee's lariat literally destroyed his chest. After learning the truth about Itachi, Sasuke agreed to work with the Akatsuki as long as the group helped him with his revenge. This partnership is why he agreed to go capture Killer Bee, the Eight Tails, Jinchuriki. This proved to be a rather difficult task, as Bee was able to take on Sasuke, Suigetsu, and Yugo on his own. At one point during the fight, Bee used some of the Eight Tails chakra and charged at Sasuke, who used his Mangekyo Sharingan to seemingly paralyze him. That was not the case though. And when Sasuke let his guard down, Bee hit him with a lariat. The attack destroyed Sasuke's chest, and he would have died if Yugo hadn't used his body and chakra to heal him. 8. Orochimaru's curse mark almost killed him. The Chunin exam arc was filled with villains, and Orochimaru was undoubtedly the strongest. Before the second stage of the exam could get underway, Orochimaru killed a trio of grass ninja and assumed one of their identities, doing so in order to fight Sasuke. He wanted to test the young Uchiha's skill, and when he deemed him to be worthy, Orochimaru bit him in order to give him a curse mark. When this mark is active, the user receives increased chakra levels and physical capabilities, but that will only happen if the user survives the initial application. At the time Sasuke was bit, the survival rate was just 10%. 7. The Mizuki's boil release would have melted him if Zetsu hadn't intervened. Mei may not be the strongest Kage in history, but she is definitely a powerful and dangerous shinobi. When Sasuke invaded the 5 Kage summit, he briefly faced off against the 5th Mizuki, who isolated him in a hallway and used boil release in order to take him out. Her version of boil release involves creating a corrosive mist that can melt anything, including Sasuke's Susanoo. If it wasn't for Zetsu's spore technique, which drained her chakra and transferred it over to Sasuke, the Uchiha would have melted away. 6. Bee's sword attack would have fatally impaled Sasuke if not for Karen. Sasuke should have died when Bee hit him with his tailed beast-infused lariat, but that was not the only attack that should have killed him. When the fight first started, Sasuke had to defend himself against Bee's unique sword style, which saw the Jinchuriki use 7 swords at once. This fighting style was so unorthodox that even Sasuke's Sharingan could not read Bee's movements, which is why he was unable to stop the Jinchuriki from stabbing him with 6 swords at the same time. The attack should have been fatal. Luckily, Karen was there and she was able to heal all of Sasuke's injuries. 5. If Itachi wasn't trying to lose, Sasuke wouldn't have won their battle. Itachi was so skilled that the argument can be made that he is the greatest Uchiha in history, and his climactic battle with Sasuke was a major turning point for the series. Their fight seemed to be pretty equal, but Itachi was actually in control the entire time, despite the fact that his body was ravaged with disease. With the Amaterasu, and a Susanoo that was equipped with a legendary shield and sword. Sasuke should have died several times during this fight. The only reason why he survived is because Itachi never wanted to actually kill him. 4. Naruto Sakura saved him from a partially transformed Gaara. The Chunin exam arc ended and the Leaf Village was attacked by the Sand and Sound villages, and Gaara was supposed to unleash the One Tails so it could go on a rampage. Sasuke was tasked with stopping Gaara, and this resulted in him chasing Gaara into a forest. It became evidently clear that Sasuke did not expect to fight a partially transformed Jinchuriki. And he was overpowered quite easily. Sasuke collapsed and Gaara leaped at him with intent to kill, but he was stopped at the last second when Naruto and Sakura swooped in to save the day. 3. Deidara would have ended Sasuke if it wasn't for his Sharingan A last-second summoning. Deidara might have not been the evilest member of the Akatsuki, but no one could ever doubt his skill with explosives. He was tasked with hunting down Orochimaru, but when he learned that Sasuke killed him first, he decided to go after the Uchiha instead. During their battle, Deidara detonated his C4 Garuda, which unleashed thousands of microscopic bombs into the air. It appeared as though the tiny bombs destroyed Sasuke's body at the cellular level, but Sasuke managed to trick Deidara with his Sharingan's genjutsu. When Deidara later blew himself up, Sasuke was only able to survive the blast because he managed to summon Manda at the last second to shield himself. 2. Inoki's dust would have disintegrated him if it wasn't for space-time ninjutsu. Dust release is the rarest known nature transformation, and it happens to be extremely deadly. The user is capable of creating three-dimensional objects that travel and expand incredibly fast when they are fired towards a target. Anything caught within the object is then disintegrated at the molecular level. And Sasuke nearly met his end to dust release when the third Tsuchikage used it on him during the 5 Kage summit. Fortunately, Sasuke was saved by the fake Madara, who transported him to another dimension with spacetime ninjutsu. 1. Madara fatally wounded him, but Karen was able to save him. Madara Uchiha was so strong that he was basically a god, and as the series was coming to a close, Sasuke needed to team up with Naruto in order to take him on. Before that team-up though, Sasuke attempted to fight him on his own, and the elder Uchiha used his Rinnegan to stop him in midair. Madara then picked up Sasuke's sword and stabbed him through the chest. Sasuke was left to bleed out on the floor, and if it wasn't for Karen arriving just in time to heal him, he wouldn't have survived.